Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Namaste Astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya Trambakaya Tripurantakaya Trikagnikalaya Kalagni Rudraya Neelakanthaya Mrityunjayaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Shriman Mahadevaya Namaha. Om Samastajana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Hari Om, salutations to all. One of the most powerful mantras of Bhagwan Shiva, one of the most popular also, is the Mrityunjaya mantra. So today we will reflect upon this mantra of Bhagwan. Mrityunjaya mantra is a Vedic mantra found in the Krishna Yajurveda. The word mantra itself means Mananat Trayate iti mantraha, by reflecting upon which one goes across what? Goes across negativities, inhibitions, lower tendencies, and by which one is protected. Mananat Trayate. So, by which the mind will become protected, mind will become stronger, which will destroy the negative tendencies, the papa karmas, which will strengthen the spiritual inclinations in us, positive thinking in us, which will help the ego to surrender to Bhagwan. So that is called as a mantra. And there are various mantras which are there in the Veda. This Mrityunjaya mantra is found in the Krishna Yajurveda. The portion which we call as Namakam, or also is called as Rudram, when the Rudrabhishek is done of Bhagwan, then this portion is chanted, starts with Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. So in that it will come at the end, in the end portion of this Krishna Yajurveda Namakam, this will be found. And so here this is a mantra. Again, every mantra, there is a deity to whom it is revealed, there is a rishi to whom it is revealed, there is a deity, there is a meter and all that. So this Mrityunjaya mantra, the form of Bhagwan is Mrityunjaya Rudra. I'm going to share that picture so we understand that this is the specific form of Bhagwan Mrityunjaya. The form of Bhagwan is 8 hands that Bhagwan has. We discussed that, I think, in one of the earlier satsangs. This is the specific form of Bhagwan, that is the Mrityunjaya Rupa. So there are 4 hands on the top with which he is offering nectar on himself. One hand is having Mrigamudra, one hand is having the Sphatikmala, 2 hands in the front, they are having pots of nectar. Now this is the auspicious form of Bhagwan Mrityunjaya. He is seated on the lotus. what does this, so first of all, why Mrityunjaya mantra? Before we even go to the symbolism of the form and the meaning of the mantra. So Mrityunjaya, what is the meaning of Mrityunjaya? Mrityu is death. One of the greatest fears that we have is the fear of death, because we feel that everything will be taken away from us and we will not be existing, we will be losing whatever we have, our near dear ones, we will be separated from them. And so death is one of the greatest fears that human being has, and Jaya is victory. Mrityunjaya means victory over death. Now obviously victory over death here does not mean that the person who chants the mantra will never die. If one doesn't die at all, that is going to be a very big problem. In Vedanta we say change is death, and human being resists change. So when we are living in this world, everything is continuously changing. The body is continuously changing, the thoughts keep changing, the emotions keep changing, things outside, people, financial situation, physical security, so many things that go on changing. And then in that changing realm, one has to keep on adapting. And at some point, human being becomes tired of that. So the resistance to that change happens. Mrityunjaya is to help us to learn to be detached, to learn to accept life as it comes and get that capacity to adapt. How? By anchoring in that which is changeless. If the river is in a spate, if I come on the banks of the river, then I am safe, protected. I can watch the river going, flowing. So in that way, anchoring in this supreme which is changeless is the purpose of Mrityunjaya mantra. The main purpose, Vedantic purpose is what we mean. Otherwise, many people chant this mantra. It will help in that also, for health, for overcoming some diseases, to ensure that the person gets more stronger. So then one is doing that, using that mantra. That is we can say is a minimalistic effect of the mantra there. The power of the mantra is to take us to that state of immortality. And so Mrityunjaya literally is to help us to overcome our attachment to the body, overcome attachment to certain thought patterns, certain thought processes, certain emotions, people, all that. And to help us anchor in that which is changeless. Which is why Mrityunjaya. There's a very nice shloka which says that Yasmin yukta rishayoho devatascha tameva jnatva mrityupashan chinatti. Having known that changeless absolute truth, one goes beyond the snares or the bondage or the fear of death. Mrityupashan chinatti. And so that is the purpose. It also helps to avoid untimely death. It also helps to strengthen the health, recover from diseases, protect from physical harm, all that. Now Bhagwan protects through the mantra directly. When we chant the mantra itself will have a certain power and vibration. But the more we reflect upon that, the philosophy that the mantra is telling us, see, mananat trayate, in that the word manana is to reflect. So a mantra is not just meant for just repetition. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. That is, in the beginning one does. But as one goes deeper, one has to reflect upon the mantra. While chanting the mantra, keep the form, make the mind quiet, and then reflect on what the mantra is indicating, that there is a state that mantra indicates. Majority chant the mantra with the attitude, I will chant the mantra, I will get a particular result. It will be punya karma, it will bring certain positive results in my life, it will bless me with fulfillment of some desires I have, it will ward away some evil. That's all. That is like using a precious, let us say a diamond, for paperweight. The mantra is indicating the state of infinity. Especially some of these mantras like Om Namah Shivaya, Omkar, Gayatri Mantra, Mrityunjaya Mantra. If I reflect upon that well, it will lead to the state of fulfillment, gaining which nothing more remains to be gained. So same way this Mrityunjaya Mantra is like that. It will help to drop the body identification completely. And the fear of death rises because of body identification. And also because I don't know what is next. So I feel heaven, hell, all kinds of things which are described. Will I have to go through that? I will be alone. What will happen? All anxieties start. The more I reflect on this mantra, the more the mind will become clearer about that which is changeless, which is here and now, which is my true self. So, Gurudev used to say, that like how it is said in the Gita, that which is born has to die, and that which is dead will be reborn. This cycle will go on. Jatasya hi dhruva mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. So Gurudev used to say that which is born has to die. Don't die while living. Live even after you are dead. So what does that mean? Don't die while living. Each moment when we live in attachment, when we live in selfishness, when we live in narrow thinking, we are dying every moment, mentally. Physically anyway we are proceeding towards death. That is the body's destiny. From the time it is born, it is like the candle which keeps on becoming less. So prana keeps moving. At some point the body will drop. So physically one is moving that way. But mentally, more attachments I have, the more limited my vision becomes and my potential doesn't manifest. And the more fear I live in, attachments will bring fear. And the more fear I live in, more I die moment by moment. I don't know, Shakespeare or somebody said that cowards die every moment, heroes die but once. So when we live in fear, we are dying. Moment by moment by moment. Shivji is a deity of fearlessness. Mrityunjaya means that which helps us to anchor in that state of absolute fearlessness. If you see so many things associated with Bhagavan Shiva, they all are connected to death. Snake connected to death. Poison in the neck connected to death. The tiger, the skin on which he is sitting, tiger is connected to death. This Gangaji, the flow of Gangaji in general circumstances, yes, it is nurturing, nourishing, but when it comes in spate, you see how much destruction and death it causes. Every year we see during the monsoons how much death and destruction. Then there are ghosts and goblins all around Bhagavan Shiva. Bhuta, Preta, Pishacha, all of them are there. So if you look at Bhagavan Shiva, one aspect is enough to make us scared. And he sits amidst all of that, absolutely fearless. So when we meditate on that form of Bhagavan, we also become fearless, because that is the quality of Bhagavan. And how does he become fearless? Because he is anchored in the self, beyond body identification. He burnt Kamdev, burnt selfishness, burnt attachment. No fear. When a person has dropped attachment, one becomes fearless. In the Gita it comes, Vita Raga Bhaya Krodha. Raga, attachment, is the cause of Bhaya, fear, because we are scared of losing what we are attached to. And when we don't get something that we are attached to, then we have Krodha. So the cause of fear and anger is attachment. Somewhere I am attached, insisting this has to happen like this, or I must get this result only, or this person must behave with me like this only. Now that will create fear or anger. One who has gone beyond attachment, gone beyond fear, becomes fearless. So Mrityunjaya mantra is for that, to contemplate on Bhagavan, to drop my attachments and come to that state of fearlessness. So that's why Gurudev would say that when one is born, one has to die. Don't die while living. Don't allow the attachments to overwhelm, overpower. Our nature is peace, happiness, bliss. We can do so much to serve. We can make a difference to the world. But our attachments prevent us. So he says, don't die while living. Live after you are dead. Meaning body may die, but you have lived such a glorious life that people remember you even after that. And that will happen when I know my nature as consciousness. So he would roar many times in his talk, everybody dies, but no one dies. Everybody dies, but no one dies, means what? Then he will explain. Every body dies. The one truth does not die. So body, that is the nature. The word sharira literally means that which is perishing. Shiryamanatvat shariraha. How much will I identify with this? It is there, it is a tool. I can use it. Do the sadhana. It is the best tool to do sadhana. No better tool than human body to do sadhana. So use this as a tool. Mrityunjaya mantra is to help me treat the body as a good tool, to make it healthy, strong, and do sadhana with that good health, realize the changeless. So this is the importance of this mantra. It is revealed to I will come back to you exactly. The mantra, the deity of that mantra, let me see. Vasishtha Rishi. So it is revealed to Rishi Vasishtha. The form is what we showed already. This is the form of Mrityunjaya Bhagavan. And what is the mantra exactly? Many of you know, but I am just sharing it with the intonation. So this is the mantra as per the Vedic intonations of Krishna Yajurveda. Om Triambakam Yajamahe. I meditate on the three-eyed Lord, Triambakam. Sugandhim. Ga is down. So Sugandhim. Sugandhim, one who is fragrant. Fragrant with values, virtues, detachment, anchoring of the mind. Pushtivardhanam, one who nurtures us, nourishes us. So this is the word which one focuses on in the mantra to ensure that one gets certain good health. Pushti means to nurture, nourish, and it's not only good health of the body, it is also good health of the mind and intellect. Through virtues, values, positive ideals, inspiring goals, Bhagwan nurtures us. Pushti Vardhanam. Then Urvarukamiva, like the cucumber, Urvarukam, ripe cucumber, Bandhanat, from bondage, and Mrityu. From Mrityu here literally means fear of death, not just the body's death. Mrityoho Mukshiya. Please remember, it's not Mokshiya. A lot of people chant Mokshiya. It is Mukshiya. Mrityor Mukshiya. It is Mukshiya. Please liberate me. That is the prayer. That, O Mrityunjaya Bhagwan, the one who has three eyes, I meditate on you, the fragrant one, the one who nurtures us, nourishes us. Like the cucumber, ripe cucumber falls away from the creeper, in that way, effortlessly may I detach from my attachments, may I detach from all body identification, and may I be free from fear of death. Mrityoho Mukshiya. So please liberate me from fear of death. Ma Amritat. May I not neglect immortality. Ma Amritat. There is an avagraha there. It is not Ma Amritat in the sense Mrita, meaning death. It is Ma Amritat. May I not neglect immortality, meaning may I seek that immortal, changeless self. How will I be free from fear of death? By seeking that changeless, immortal consciousness, the self. So this is the mantra, and how it is chanted. Om Tyambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiv bandhanan mrityor mukshiyamamritat. This is the way to chant. Now in this, if there are some confusions, we just clear them. Trambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanat. If you split the sandhi, then bandhanat, because some people will split it, then bandhanat. Or you chant it straight, bandhanan mrityor mukshiyamamrita at. So bandhanat is after you split, but if you don't split it continuously, it is bandhanan mrityoho or mrityor mukshiya. Please liberate me. Ma Amritat. When we chant, we say Ma Amritat. We don't say Ma Amritat. But we should know there's an avagraha there. Ma Amritat. So chanting mein we don't pronounce avagraha. But that's why the mantra is written and then one sees and understands, okay, there's one avagraha there. So this is the way the mantra is chanted. Now the famous story which is associated with Mrityunjaya mantra is the mantra has the story of Markandeya Rishi. Markandeya Rishi, born to Mrikandu, and he was supposed to live only for 16 years. By blessings of Bhagwan only he was born. And it was known that only 16 years is his life. So as the time approached, now the parents have brought him up very lovingly. They are, after a lot of time, they were blessed with a child. And Bhagwan said, the destiny is 16 years. So they brought him up very lovingly, and the 16th year they were becoming very anxious, and so one day Markandeya asked his father, Mrikandu Rishi, that what has happened? Why are you so anxious? And he said, this is your last year and we are very anxious for that. He says, you don't worry. I worship Bhagwan Shiva. He will definitely help. And so he continued his daily worship and sadhana, and on that day when he was to be completing his journey on this earth, Yamaraj comes appointed time. Markandeya is worshipping Bhagwan Shiva, and Yamaraj puts the news on Markandeya, and Markandeya has held Bhagwan. So the news falls on the Shivalinga with Markandeya, and he tries to take the Jiva. So from when he does that, this prayer that Markandeya Rishi sings, that is called as Chandrasekhara Ashtakam. In that every line ends with Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara Pahimam, Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara Rakshamam. Then this one, Chandrasekharam Ashraye Mama Kim Karishyati Vai Yamaha. That's the last line actually. Chandrasekharam Ashraye Mama Kim Karishyati Vai Yamaha. What will Yama do to me when I have taken refuge of Bhagwan Chandrasekhara himself? And we know the story. Bhagwan manifests from the linga and gives one kick to Yamraj and grants immortality to Markandeya Rishi. Markandeya Rishi is the one to whom the whole Devi Bhagavatam and all that is revealed. In Markandeya Purana we find all the description of Devi Bhagavatam and whatever we see, whatever we chant during Navaratri, Durga Saptashati and all that is in that. He is immortal. Till the end of the Kalpa he will be there. So this Mrityunjaya mantra, Mrityunjaya Bhagwan, this is a story connected to Mrityunjaya Bhagwan. That Bhagwan Shiva is immortal and he grants immortality to the devotee. So this mantra has that power. It can help us to attain a certain level of detachment, certain level of anchoring in values. So when we say Sugandhim, then good values, good spiritual attitudes of detachment, etc., we anchor in that Sugandhim. That is the fragrance. Otherwise, the body stinks only. Body doesn't have any fragrance. We have to put extra fragrance, all that perfume and deodorant and this and that to ward away the sweat and the stink and the smell that the body generates. So then why is it Sugandhim? Sugandhim is the fragrance of values anchoring in spiritual attitudes. That is Sugandhim. And Pushti Vardhanam, nurture and nourish the physical body. Bhagwan is only there in the heart, running the heartbeat, in the stomach as the Vaishvanar Agni. He is only one taking care of this body also. So may he nurture, nourish us, may we get whatever is required to keep the body healthy, and may we do that sadhana also to do enough exercise, sleep well, eat properly and take care of this body as a tool. So the more we reflect on this mantra, these are the attitudes which we will imbibe. For today I will stop here. We will learn little more about it tomorrow. We will chant the mantra today with this basic understanding that may Bhagwan bless us to nurture certain values, become strong and healthy at the body level, and also help us to anchor in detachment to free us from the fear of death and seek immortality. So today we will use the form of Mrityunjaya Bhagwan. Today and tomorrow Mrityunjaya mantra. So we will have the form of Mrityunjaya Bhagwan. So you can look at the form, absorb the entire form in the mind, and then we invoke that form in our heart when we sit to meditate.